I think we're live. Pretty sure I did it right. Okay. Apologize for being late. I was in a rush. Can you tell? What is going on, Aquarius? And anyone else who's watching, welcome to your live birthday season reading, Aquarius. Anybody else who's watching, any cross watchers, any people who are here just to support, I appreciate you. Welcome. Hello, Sissy. What's up? Thank you, as always, for joining and being the mod of the year, the decade, the lifetime. Appreciate you. All right. I am still setting up a little bit, not too much. So please just bear with me while I get myself together. General, like the best mod in general, is that what you mean? Oh. Thank you very much for the heads up. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna look at it in just a minute so that I'm 100% sure on what what the order of events is supposed to be. All right. Um yeah, so welcome to the Aquarius reading. If you're here live, awesome. That's amazing. If you have a question and you are an Aquarius, join me, type it out in the box. I'll catch it, my mod will catch it, someone's going to catch it, and we'll answer the question, or I'll answer the question for you. And if you're watching on repeat, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and just have a good time. And happy birthday, guys. Aquarius, I hope you have an amazing birthday wherever you are in the world. And yeah, let's get into it. And just to make sure that it's happening, we'll do that. So let's do the general to start. Oh, let's do Cosmic Tarot. Yeah, let's use the Cosmic Tarot deck, okay? And thank you, Sissy, again for putting all that down. Oh man. And apologies for running late, but that's me. I'm not a late person, just I sometimes underestimate how much time it's going to take me to do something. And that's exactly what happened here. But anyway, let's get you guys a general reading for your birthday season. Aquarius, again, whether you're a January Aquarius or a February Aquarius, I hope you guys have an amazing time and you enjoy yourselves as best you can at this time. Let's see what the general message is for you to start this session, start this reading. Last one, thank you. All right, let's get some messages for you guys. Let's see what's shaking. There's a flip. Ooh, 6 of Wands, that's good. A little bit of victory, a little bit of success maybe somewhere in your life. That's cool, we like that. 6 of Pentacles, 6, 2 sixes. One more for Aquarius, please. In the general, what do they need to know for their highest good? Get off my table. Oh boy, and that was Justice in reverse. Maybe not. We'll find out though. 6 of Swords. Oh my God, 6 of Wands, not 6 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles and Justice in reverse. Could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. I feel like it's, for some of you, it is about a payout. It is about some kind of money that you're hoping, wishing for, possibly working very hard for, possibly feeling entitled to with the 6 of Wands there in the start. But with the Justice on the end, it could be on delay, or it's just not going to go the way you think, Aquarius. Or this is someone that you're dealing with. It is still very much a general overview for a collection of people, so take it with a grain of salt. But a situation that I feel you worked really hard in, or you feel that you worked very hard in. A situation, could be work, could be family in some of your cases. You feel it's owed to you. You feel like maybe like a line of succession or something like that, inheritance. And you don't have, a major card of inheritance here, but it is possible. And with Justice in reverse, I feel like that's a little bit of a curveball. So maybe you're not going to get exactly what you want, or maybe you're not going to get what you want at all, or it's someone else's energy, If it's not about finances specifically, Aquarius, I think this is possibly a certain balance in a relationship or a balance in a connection that you have that you're wanting so badly, but it might not go that way because this justice feels like a person or the situation at hand is sort of your nemesis here, or is, because justice related to the energy of Libra speaks to friendship and partnership, speaks to connection, and in the reverse it feels like a block. It feels like it's clogged up, it's congested. So there is possibly someone purposely preventing what you want from happening, is what that feels like. If it's a connection, nothing to do with money or finances or anything like that, this could be someone who's not returning calls. This could be someone who's not engaging in conversation, since justice, air sign energy, can relate to communication. Um, let's see what else there is. I'm curious. Why is justice in reverse for Aquarius? Please show me. No, thank you. Four of Swords, absolutely. Blockage. Why is the Justice card in reverse for Aquarius here? And the Hierophant. For some of you, this is like someone that you're in a deep partnership to. Maybe a few of you are married to this person, because that's two cards of marriage. So Justice and Hierophant, or this is surrounding a marriage that is dissolving perhaps for a few of you, where your previous partner or your current partner, whatever the status is, they're icing you out. They're not communicating, or they're communicating through official channels. If you want to talk to me, you talk to my lawyer type of attitude. And so you might be, I didn't show you the cards, my bad. You might be at a particular just like pit stop with this person, or pit stop in this situation, pit stop in this journey. And I don't know that you necessarily want to be there, Aquarius, or the other person doesn't, or everybody doesn't, because the Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles feels very like building towards something. It's restorative energy, or it's energy that's like trying to, move things along. There's like progress desired, but not given. It's not possible right now. And it could be in some of your cases that this is purposeful. It could be that someone is like, oh, you think this is over, or you think you're done dealing with me? Nah, man, they're like clutching on to the situation. They're dragging it out. Some of them are dragging it out. And for some, with the Hierophant there, it's like, it's based on a principle. Like, if this is about a marriage, this person feels like, well, you married me and you made all these promises and these vows to me. So, forever till we part, or do us part. Well, you're trying to like cheat me out of what you promised me, is like maybe one or two people's storylines. And it doesn't have to be marriage. It could be like even a business partnership, could be a friendship. Because again, justice does talk about partnerships in general. It doesn't specifically mean marriage. So someone might be feeling like, hey, you're trying to shortchange me what I'm owed in this friendship, in this relationship. And that's kind of shitty and kind of crazy. All right, so that's your general overview for your birthday season. Actually, let me see something before I do that. What is let's see. Let me get a card of advice for Aquarius specifically. What can Aquarius do in this situation? What is their best move for their best outcome? What can Aquarius do for their highest good in this situation? What is the advice? Because if someone's like purposely standing in your way, it's not much. Yeah, okay. It's not much that you can do. And I think that's kind of confirmed when this popped out there. Two of Swords in reverse. So, I think sorry, there was sound in the hallway. I'm not used to that. I think with the Two of Swords in reverse, Aquarius, it's basically telling you to, just stay put, stay quiet, try not to make any rash decisions, or basically, as much as you can, detach from this, especially mentally. If you can release yourself from worry, maybe a little bit from anxiety and things like this, maybe that's like the short term answer. I'm not really feeling this is like a long term answer because it's like speaking to inaction, it's speaking to, being, I don't know, it's just like it's a super cautious energy, and I'm not sure that that would serve in the long term. So for now, just like relax yourself as much as possible, release yourself as much as possible from the situation, from the person, from the expectations perhaps. Ah, I'm not really feeling that. But I mean, I feel like that's what they want you to do, but Aquarius, that might not be what you want to hear, okay? All right. So, let's go ahead and move the show along. Oh, all right. So, Cosmic Tarot, thank you very much. Back into your box. Boom. All right. Thank you, Sissy, for doing the duties. If you are an Aquarius and you have a question for me tonight live on the channel, go ahead and type it out there. I will answer it for you. My good mod has already told me the order of the of the reading, so we're going to quickly move on to finances and career and see what's shaking in that area of your life. I'm very thirsty today. I don't know why. Finances and career. Where do we want to go with that? Finances and career for Aquaria. It's one of these. They're like, don't even look over there. It's one of these. Yeah. Yeah, steampunk. Got it. Ba-da-da-da. All right, guys. Finances and career for Aquarius. Let's see some messages for you guys. Oh, I'm tired. But not really. I'm not tired. I feel angry. I feel like I want to do something. I want to like be social. I guess that means I'm going to have to do something after this reading is over. I'm going to have to satisfy my need to connect with other human beings. All right, Aquarius, finances and career. Messages for the finances and career. Show me. Yep. Thank you. Finances and career for Aquarius. Let's see it. Death. Okay. A little bit of a repeating energy with the Six of Wands coming out in the center. So death, major arcana for Scorpio. You could be dealing with one. You don't have to be. Six of Wands again. And then Knight of Cups. Water sign energy in general with the Knight of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be dealing, but don't have to be. Financially speaking, I feel like okay. So it's sort of to me is a little bit tethered to your overall energy, your general energy. Something is ending, something is transforming with this death card to start. And after that is all wrapped up, after that is said and done Aquarius, you're able to freaking move forward. That's all you want, is to move forward. So specifically finances and career, maybe some of you have contracts that are coming to a close. You have endings to your job assignments or something like that. Maybe you were working remotely and then you go back to the office. Maybe you were working part-time during COVID or something like that. And so once all of that ends, not with any tragedy, because this is the death card, it's just speaking generally to endings and things wrapping up in a concise and constructive manner. That's what you hope for, or someone in the situation is hoping for it to be constructive, not a sad death, not a reluctant or remorseful ending to the situation. No, it's purposeful, it makes sense, it's logical, it's sound. And after that happens, something, it's like you feel free, And if it's relative to what I said earlier about it being about a marriage, or some type of other relationship or connection that has to end in order for you to find some type of success. For some of you, your finances are tied into your marriage. Maybe you have a business with the person that you're married to, or something like that. And it takes a lot to untangle that, right? So afterwards, getting to the Six of Wands, or at least in this reading and a little bit in the general, it's not like this is going to happen overnight, Aquarius. You're not going to find success. You're not going to find victory, the very next day once, the ink is dried on the page. It's going to take a minute to really get into the rhythm, into the essence, into that alignment with this energy of feeling accomplished, of feeling that the world is your oyster, of feeling that you're now free to make the moves that you want to make. All right. It's going to take a minute. Now, interestingly, as you progress, I feel like very quickly or already on the scene, there is someone that you have a particular connection with. Since this is career and finance, I'm not going to label this as romance, but because it's cups energy, it could for a few of you be a combination of the two. I'm going to leave my current job or leave my current situation, whatever it is, whatever's wrapping up. And then immediately I'm going to slide into a partnership with a person who not only is beneficial to me in terms of my material success, but they're beneficial to me in terms of my romantic success. That's for like a few of you, but not for everybody. Okay. If it's purely business, if it's purely about your material success, I think this person is a creative type. I think that they're a very, I don't want to say they're adventurous. They have like a wide scope. Like they're very creative minded, and they are possibly an unconventional problem solver. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Essentially, that's exactly what you feel you need in your life. Somebody who approaches things that way. Somebody who has that sensibility about them, or personality trait about them. Yeah. Or that's just you. This could have been you're going from a corporate job, a very boxed in career, and you leave it, you retire early, what have you. And now you can go out and pursue more creative adventures. You can live a life that's more fulfilling. Maybe you've done very well for yourself, Aquarius, for a few of you. And now you can spend your waking days becoming a painter or pursuing your dream of being a filmmaker or something like that, or just sit around and eat bonbons all day, whatever you want to do that's going to give you that fuller sense of life and that deeper sense of contentment and joy. That's what you're seeking. I don't know if I need to clarify anything else here. That feels kind of clear. Some of you might not know who the Knight of Cups is, so let's go ahead and clarify who that is. Who is the Knight of Cups in this situation for Aquarius? Tell me more about the Knight of Cups. Give me more detail and more clarification on the Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here in this reading? And you're so logical about this ending, Aquarius. Like you have even if you are going through something that's super bitter, you're also not holding any grudges with this Death card. Like you just want that over and done with, whatever it is. Like it's exhausted you. You can't stand whatever is back in your past, wherever you've come from. It's like it's served its purpose in your life. You're very aware of that. But anyway, so give me one more on the Knight of Cups. Who is the Knight of Cups in this reading for Aquarius? Please show me. Who is the Knight of Cups in this reading for Aquarius? Yeah, for Aquarius. Thank you. So Two of Pentacles came out first, and then Judgment. Interesting. So in a few of your cases, this might be another Scorpio. If you were dealing with a Scorpio before Aquarius, you might be moving on to another Scorpio because Judgment is here, and that's their secondary major arcana. So Two of Pentacles and the Judgment card. That's very interesting. For some where you've had like an issue with court, right? Like this could be somebody who like has worked on your case. Like this could be like a lawyer. This could be like somebody who works at the courthouse or something like that. Very specifically for like one person, maybe two people. This could have been someone who was working your case. Anyway, if not, it's someone that you maybe have met before, but you are returning to them or they're returning to you. I get that like cycling back with the Two of Pentacles energy here. So, and with Judgment right next to it. So this could be someone that you've known at an earlier stage in your life. Maybe, if this is, again, career and finances, this is someone that you grew up with. I also get the sense that this person is like, for like one person, they might be legit reborn, like, what do you call that? Baptized? Yeah, like, because she's like bicycling on water, right? If you can see it. And then Judgment is here, and this thing about cycles and like going back to. So I'm getting the sense that maybe this person considers themselves reborn in the Christian faith specifically, but in general, this person has this like sense of self that they are embracing. Judgment, they also, again, like I said before, might have a real good sense of things. They might have maybe they have a sixth sense, and maybe that's why you want to partner with them. Maybe that's why you want to work with them. Or I'm talking about you. This could be your own energy. But be on the lookout for somebody who you've known before, someone that is either working your court case or they're very aware of it. They know the inner workings of what you just went through in your court situation, for those where it applies. Again, they could just be like a secretary or something like that, or they could work the door. They could be the security guard, and they see you coming in and out every day, attending to going into the courtroom, something like that. And of course, no gender, but heavy emphasis on water energy. So they might be a water sign, or water plays heavily in their chart. And if this is about marriage and stuff, because again, some of you were married to your business partner, something like that. Or your finances are just heavily tied to your partner, with alimony, possible child support, things like that. This person might also have been in a similar story. So they might be a divorcee too, or something like that. Okay. All right, Aquarius, that is your career and finance. Appreciate you checking that one out. I'm going to check in with the chat now and see if there are any questions. If you're here live, Aquarius, it's your birthday season. Again, happy birthday to you. And if you have a question, type it out, because I'm going to answer it. That's what I do these things for, All right. See, I've got the glasses, but they're still not working that well. Bruna? Is that how you say the name? Bruna? Hi, can you see reconciliation for me, Aqua, with Leo Man is coming back to me? Thank you. All right, Bruna, you got it. Are you still here? I mean, I'm going to do it, but I just want to make sure that you're here so you can get it live. So for Bruna, who is Aqua, good. Thank you for prompt response. I appreciate that. So you want to know if you and the Leo Man are going to reconcile. I got you. All right, for Bruna, which deck are we feeling for Bruna? It's something over here, and I just got to figure out. They're like all stacked on each other. I got to figure out which one it is. Okay, that's it. Took me a minute. Sorry about that. So, Mystic Mondays deck. Make sure that wasn't... Okay, perfect. All right, so for Bruna, with her Leo Man, is there reconciliation in the future for them? Will there be reconciliation for Bruna and her Leo Man? Reconciliation for Bruna and her Leo Man. Is it on? Coming for them. Good, thank you. All right, Bruna, let's see. Let's check it out. Reconciliation in the cards for Bruna and the Leo male. Is that possible? Princess of Wands, Page of Wands, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. It feels like it. It feels like it. It feels like the intention. I mean, this is all wands. So Princess of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, all fire energy. So he's definitely shown up. You might have fire in your chart as well. And it feels like it. It feels like, I mean, the caution here is that it's a Princess of Wands, a Page of Wands, and a Knight of Wands. They're not the highest in the court cards, right? A queen and a king clearly are the highest. And therefore, to a certain degree, the most mature. So this might be a very passionate reconciliation, very sexual reconciliation. It might be very romantic. It might be very impactful in those ways. But is it long lasting? Don't know. I like that the Five of Wands came in reverse. So any type of bad blood for now is on the back burner, or it's not even showing up. It could, like, I'm kind of getting the sense that if anybody wants an apology here, you or him, or both of you, it won't be said in the way of "I apologize." It doesn't feel that way. It feels like a tongue-in-cheek kind of apology, like through a gesture. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to like bring you flowers, or I'm going to I'm going to bring you a card, or I'm going to, sing a song or play a song or something like that. It's like a symbolic gesture, because I feel a little bit, the Five of Wands, even though it's in the reverse, there is this residual tug of war. There is this residual, like, playing hard to get. Like, neither the Princess of Wands nor the Knight of Wands really wants to be seen as the losing side or the weaker side. And again, it might just be playful banter between you two, like a flirtatious way of reconciliation. If you're looking for him, or he's looking for you to come in with this, here's what happened, some type of explanation or some type of clear intention about the future. Here's what I see, and here's what the potential that I see for us, and I want it to be this, that, and the other, and like a very clear, detailed thing. It's more of like I'm just happy to be with you. I'm just excited to see you. Like, that will happen. But that higher level of, now that we are reconciled, now that we are behind closed doors with each other, what really is going to develop here? I'm not sure when and where that's going to happen. But as far as you guys physically meeting up, very possible. You guys making some type of intimate connection with each other again, very possible. But beyond that, just like this magnetic pull that you might have towards each other, I don't know. Because one of you is, I can't even say one of you. It feels like both of you, to a certain degree, are not willing to, like, they're telling me fess up. So maybe somebody has something to say about previous deeds and they don't want to say it. Okay. So I'm not sure if I don't know who that is, but there's like this not wanting to admit to something wrong or disrespectful in the past. Because the Five of Wands, again, showing in the reverse, at some point there was contention between you two, and the way it fell out between the cards, or here, the Five of Wands was in the middle. So there was some type of conflict between you, and it's, like I said, it's residual. It's like this it's still under the surface. It's still percolating in here, but it's possibly not being addressed. So I think who each other, I think clearly who's here, you and him. So do I want to clarify the Five of Wands? No, because I think it's understood. It is whatever was going on between you. If it was interference of other people, okay, there it is. It's coming through. There could have been interference of other people, and that was the problem on your side, his side, both of your sides. I don't know. This could have been gossip amongst friends or family members. This could have been just friends saying he's no good for you, or whatever it is. It's just like the interference could have not been fully removed, but just like turned down. So if this is family and this is friends on either of your sides, it's not like it doesn't feel likely that you or him completely stepped away from those people or completely have cut ties with those people, right? And so if this is like his sister or his brother or your mom and your dad or whoever, it's not very likely that we're going to ditch our long-term family members for a potential partner. Like, that is not easily reconciled, and that could be why this is more passionate and less practical of a reconciliation. So you know what? I'll get you. Let's just get a card of advice for Bruna here in this situation. Or how about this? If because it feels very likely that this is a reconciliation. So what happens after the reconciliation? What can Bruna expect once they are reunited, once they come back together and they're in, because this looks like very physical proximity. If you guys aren't going to be together in the same room, you're going to be together like in a safe distance and you're going to see each other physically. So what happens after the physical meetup? What can Bruna expect after the physical meetup with this man? What can Bruna expect after the physical meetup with this man? Let's see. Interesting. Now, I caught this against my chest, right? It fell against me. If it fell down completely, it would have been in reverse. It would have been the Ace of Swords in reverse. But I caught it like this, and it was to the camera with the Ace of Swords in the upright. So I'm not really sure which way to go with that, because it's pretty different. I feel like they want me to take it in the reverse. So I'm going to take it in the reverse because literally my boobs prevented it from falling to the table. And then it would have been in front of me in reverse. So I'm going to take it like that. So Ace of Swords in reverse. Again, communication, yes. Full truth, full disclosure, full apology, full acceptance of any wrongdoing on your part, his part. Not really coming through here. It's a potential to flip that. So if it's on you, Bruna, to come forth and say something in full truth and honesty and be incredibly authentic and genuine, then you can change that. He's not here, so I can't talk to him directly, and I don't know if he would be into tarot or anything like that, but it's not concrete that it would play out that way, but it feels like it would, because Ace of Swords in this coming in the reverse, it feels like a protective energy, like protecting ego, perhaps. I mean, 3 cards of wands, very possible. So as a Leo, that's one of our hallmarks, right? We're known to be stereotypically ego driven, right? And a little prideful, if not a lot prideful. Yeah. So there could be a fear of his, or to get like egg on his face, to be embarrassed to admit that he was wrong. So again, there's like this half admission. I'm going to tell you I'm sorry, but I'm not going to say those words. So I feel also, if he was lying before, the Ace of Swords coming here in the reverse, he might continue to lie. And if not lie, just again, not fully admit something. There's going to be continued omission. But tarot's not science. He or you may make any different choices between now and whenever you guys may see each other. Okay, Bruna, I hope that helped you. I hope this gave you some type of clarity in the situation. Okay. All right. Long distance relationship. You don't see him often. Does he seen anyone else? It's possible with the 5 of Wands coming in reverse, because that could be conflict, the 5 of Wands equals some type of conflict. And like I mentioned, it could be multiple people. So I was really just feeling the friends and the family members. Could it be also another woman? Sure. That didn't come through energetically very strong. So I don't want to say it is, but it's possible, because it could be anyone, any type of interference. It could be, an anonymous person on the internet that he's listening to, like getting dating advice from someone. I don't know. But the passion between the Page and the Knight of Wands felt very towards each other. So if there is another person, he doesn't feel as passionate about them. Not that that's, great, because that other person would still be on the scene, right? So, so take that with a grain of salt. The passion is very intense between the two of you, but that doesn't mean he can't have casual sex with another person or casually hook up with another person. Do you get what I mean? So I hope that helped you. Okay. You're very welcome. I appreciate the question. If you guys are here, if you're an Aquarius live tonight, ask your question. I will answer it. For now, we're going to move on and do health and wellness, because my sissy told me at the top, and now I remember. So we're going to do health and wellness overview for the entire Aquarian collective. See what deck we're going to use for that. Ooh, it's over here. That felt very strong. It's up here somewhere. I you know what I want? I want a shelf. I need to use the shelves I have, possibly with a better layout for my cards here. I think it's this one. Yep. And I guess I should have gotten this all together, but I was running late today, guys. So I apologize to you, Aquarius. I'm underprepared. All right. So let's do health and wellness for you guys. Health and wellness for Aquarius. Messages regarding health and wellness for Aquarius. What's going on in that area of their lives? Oh. Health and wellness for Aquarius at this time. What are the messages for them? This is the last one. Thank you. Health and wellness for Aquarius. Please show me. That's pretty quick. All right. 2 of fire and the 8 of swords. And the ace of earth. For some reason, that doesn't feel complete. Is that complete? Okay, not complete. There it is, ace of air next to it. Which is interesting that they did that. Go ahead, guys. You're teaching me new tricks. All right, so 2 of fire, 8 of air, or 8 of swords, and then ace of earth and ace of air. And I feel like we're supposed to talk about them in a duo, right? So 2 of fire, 2 of air, aka 2 of wands, 2 of swords, or excuse me, 8 of swords. And then ace of air, ace of earth, aka ace of swords, and ace of pentacles. All right, so someone here possibly has been struggling very, very, in like 1 or 2 cases. Some of you are in a very tight domestic situation. It's very contentious. It's grating on your physical body or your mental, whatever. It's unhealthy for you. I feel like someone here is in a domestic situation. 2020 really really took people and shoved them in close proximity with folks that are not the healthiest for them, friends and family members, okay? So based on how someone is living, where they live, their health has taken a turn, okay? You might be living with people that are very aggressive. You might be dealing with people who are very toxic. You might be dealing with people who just are emotionally draining to you. Maybe some of you are dealing with energy vampires or something like that. In very extreme cases, there might be 1 of you or 2 of you out here, unfortunately, who might be dealing with people who get into the physical altercations with you or physical altercations in your proximity. Like someone might literally be living with an abuser. And I don't know, that just needs to be highlighted. I don't know that we're necessarily going to address a solution to that because it feels very complex. Regardless, Aquarius, of how your living situation is at this moment, there's a lot of perfect word, as I was just mentioning in Bruna's reading, interference. So, where you might want things again to be clear, concise, to move forward, you might want to see a doctor. There could be interference to that. For some reason, you can't make an appointment. In other cases, as unfortunately has been the case for thousands of people, if not millions of people, you may have lost your job. And unfortunately, where we live here in the States, your job is tied to your insurance. So seeing a doctor suddenly became the most difficult thing to do. It's very costly. It's very, like, I feel like it's a struggle with that two of fire there. It's a struggle for you to make it to see the doctor. And if it has nothing to do with the doctor, if it has nothing to do with going and seeing a professional, this is all work that you're doing for yourself. And that you know you have to do, but you're not doing it for whatever reason, whether it's self-created or it's circumstantial, if it's other people interfering, whatever. There's a blockage to being able to prioritize your health and your wellness at this time. Okay. That kind of ties back into what we were talking about in the general overview, as well as career and finance, that there's something congested in your life, Aquarius, and it also is affecting your health and your wellness. Um, Now, no. I was gonna say, because eight of air often means, excuse me, is often interpreted as we don't know what's going on, or we feel stuck and tied and we're incapable, or we don't know why we feel this way. I feel, Aquarius, you're a little bit more aware than, quote unquote, the average bear. Like, I think you know exactly where this congestion in your life is coming from, where the strife is coming from. It's more clear if it's about your financial situation, if it's about affording to see a doctor and you literally don't have the money in the bank, then that's the strife, and it's very clear to you. Others of you, you know your domestic situation, your roommate, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you live with, your children, your husband, I don't care. They are the problem. Heavy quotes on that. They're the problem, because I don't know the details or whatever. I mean, if they're abusive, yes, they're the problem. Uh, so the solution, I don't know that it's here, but this Ace of Earth and Ace of Air. Let's see. Earth and air energy, so that's earth signs and air signs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with any of those signs, but you don't have to be. Like, for some, you need just a fresh start in the situation, but when and where that's going to happen, it might not be clear for some of you, or it might be attached, like I was speaking earlier, to your career and finance, or to this general idea of being congested. And after this tense, coiled, very constricted thing is out of your life, then maybe we get some wiggle room. We get to stretch our legs in, so to speak. Because Ace of Air, Ace of Earth is really, I feel like for some reason, these cards are like, I hope you can see it in the camera. So Ace of Earth has like these gemstones or something, or like this rock bed or like crystals or something. And then on the Ace of Air, it's sort of like a hurricane, right? So it's like you're waiting for something to be fertilized, or to become fertile ground. You know what I mean? So the opportunity to, maybe that's it. Like in what I just said, how this looks like the earth, dirt, or a bedrock or something like that, and then there's a storm with the like a hurricane. So maybe you're literally waiting for something to, what's this? To be like it's only coming through as to be wet, as into to be watered, to, maybe you're waiting for something to soften, maybe that's what they're trying to show me. And once it happens, because once the earth receives the water, presumably the seeds are already there. So once water hits the ground and the seed in the soil soak in that water, eventually the seed can bloom, right? Or take root. So it's like this one thing is missing. And once you get this one thing, either literally you receive something or you embark on an opportunity, and it's like, I don't know, there's something possibly like with the passage of time over here. So it's a matter of time before you can get relief in your life. It's very interesting, but it somehow plugs back into that reading I did for your general overview and for your career and finances. So I'm very confused by these two aces. I got to be honest. Like, I mean, what the hell? To be wet. Like, that's what they gave me. What does this mean? To be wet. Maybe that means something to you. I highly doubt it. So I really want clarification on these two aces. Why are these two aces here? Give me further information for Aquarius about these two aces. What do they mean? Why did they appear in the reading today? Further information for Aquarius regarding these two aces, Ace of Earth and Ace of Air. Why are they here? Temperance in reverse. Okay. I mean, but that kind of talks about what we're talking about. And Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The deck is not in reverse. All right. So Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Both of these are Sagittarian cards. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, so you have Sag in your chart. So maybe, okay. Yeah, okay. Remember, I said in this reading and previous readings, Aquarius, you're very, I'm ready, push, 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 trying to almost in a sense ram your way past this congested phase. You've had your fill of it. You feel you've learned your lessons, or you understand, like you just have this sense of, I know what's wrong. I'm ready to get past what's wrong. And maybe that's what's going on. Maybe some of you are skipping this phase of watering the ground, right? So maybe you want to see your garden grow, and you've planted the seed, you've selected good soil, right? And what's the third thing? And it's got sunlight. I mean, not up here in the States because it's winter. I don't know anything about plants. I don't know when you're supposed to plant them. But those are the three things that you need. You need to plant the soil and make a good home for the seed. You need it to have sunlight. And the third thing is you need it to be watered. But for some reason, you've skipped that step of watering it, but you're still expecting something to grow. That's for just some of you. That's not for everybody. But there is this imperative or this inclination of, I want to move right now. I want to get past the hiccup, past the difficulty right now. I want the solution before possibly putting in the work. For some of you, that's why these two have come in reverse to clarify the aces. You can have the aces, but you need to put in some type of work, or if not, you've just skipped a step, like one step. If you go back, if you review what you've been doing thus far, you'll realize there's like one missing part of this. And that will turn everything around, is what they're basically making me feel. It will turn around for you if you find the missing piece or find the missing step. Until then, you're not going to be at rest. You're not going to be at peace, because that's what Temperance wants, to be at rest, to be at peace, to feel balanced in the situation. Yeah. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, with it being in the reverse, for some of you, you're really viewing your situation to be like some type of terrible experience. And in those cases where some of you're dealing with volatile people, volatile situations, or violent situations, straight up abusive situations, I don't blame you for having that perspective. So, and again, I don't know in that case that this reading would properly address that situation. In fact, it can't. But that's what this feels like, Aquarius. I feel like that's pretty much the message. I do, I'm changing the way I'm doing these lives for the birthday season a little bit. So let me get one card of advice for Aquarius regarding their health and wellness, how to move forward here. As best as you can, Aquarius, take care of yourself. I mean, some of you do need to see a doctor, but you truly cannot You can't afford it. The doctor is unavailable. The doctor is booked. The doctor themselves is ill, something like that. So where you can become your own doctor, don't do that in lieu of, you know what I mean? Like, don't think, okay, I'm just going to doctor myself for the rest of my life. No, temporarily take care of yourself when a professional is possibly not available. But again, don't listen to me. That's not saying don't go, get proper treatment. I hope you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't dodge your doctor. Anyway, let's get one card of advice in this situation for Aquarius. One card of advice regarding their health and wellness. What is the card of advice for Aquarius at this time? Jesus. That's not too bad. It's 2 cards. I thought it was more than that. All right. So 4 of air, another repeating card, and the mother of air, aka 4 of swords and the queen of swords. For some of you, they're basically saying play the long game. Be smart about this. So play the long game. Be smart. Don't work yourself into a tizzy is what this feels like. Don't get yourself too worked up. Rest when you need to rest. As best as you can, as frequently as you can. Make sure that you prioritize your sleep. Possibly just literally for those who have like physical demanding jobs or your body is weary, literally lay down more. Not like in defeat, because there's purpose, because the mother of swords is next to this 4 of swords. There's purpose to literally laying down, like putting your body in a repose state. That is possibly, for some of you, that could be rolled into meditation. That could be rolled into just like your equilibrium, getting that under control and something like that. So stop trying to force it is kind of what this feels like. Release into the moment is kind of what that feels like. Now, again, that's not me saying for those where you're living in terrible situations, just lump it and let someone continue to abuse you. No. But because again, this reading is not specifically for that. That there's someone in this energy that's dealing with that. But this reading, the majority of what I've advised is that's not the advice you should take to someone that you're living with or dealing with on a regular basis that is putting hands on you. That's not how you deal with it. You have to be more proactive in that situation. In other situations, the doctor's unavailable. You can't afford to see someone. Take a step back, relax a little bit as much as you can. I feel this is short-term advice. This is not how you're supposed to proceed for the rest of your life, okay? All right, Aquarius, that is your reading for health and wellness. I'm going to check back into the chat room now. If anybody has a question for me and you're here live, ask your question, baby. Do it. Do it now. All right, let's see. What have I missed? Chico? Is that how you say your name? Chico, hello. Can I ask a question? I just answered. Okay, what should you do with your true love? I will answer that question for you. Well, I'm curious what your previous question was. Is it the same question? I answered it in the health and wellness section of a portion of the reading. That's interesting. But what should you do with your true love? All right, we're gonna see. What should Chico? Is that how you say your name? Chico? Am I saying that right? What should Chico do with their true love? Ooh, I'm always a fan. I'm always excited to use the Golden Girls deck. So here we go. And thank you so much for joining, Chico. And I normally ask this at the beginning, just because I'm a curious person. It has, I'm just curious. When was everybody's birthday, and what did you do? Granted, 2021 is very similar to 2020, so if you didn't do much, I understand. But I'm just curious when everybody's birthday was or is, and what you plan to do, what you did do. If you care to share, you guys don't have to share, of course. All right, so for Chico, what should Chico do with their true love. He is a Libra. Okay. 2 air signs. Ooh. That must be fun in its own way. That must be very fun. All right, so Shiko and the true love, the Libra true love. What should Shiko do with their true love? All right, that's good. All right, let's see. Let's figure it out together. Three of Wands. Interesting. Yes, thank you. And the High Priest. That's interesting. Okay, so the first card that came out was the Three of Wands, and based on the artwork and just like how it hit me, I was like, keep eyes on him, keep tabs on him. And then the High Priestess came out on the far side, and in the middle is the Three of Cups. Okay, Shiko, be careful. This is a very it feels like a touchy situation. I don't normally call third-party situation. I'm half calling it here. I don't know what type. If it is possible, it's like they keep telling me it's very possible. You may or not know about it. I don't know. But Three of Wands, Three of Cups, High Priestess. I'm led to believe that you have suspicions about a third party. And in my work, third party does not always mean romantic or sexual. But it feels a little flirty. Like, presumably, you're not the one with the third party situation because you're seeking a tarot reading. So it would be him. It would be the Libra. Okay. And it could be like someone that is presented as a friend, someone who you know them as a friend of this guy, but there might be murmuring under the surface, like tremors, like, and you can see it from afar, or someone is seeing it from afar, or they're suspicious. Yes. And with this High Priestess on the other end, there's like some intuition about it. You have a sixth sense about this. If it's not you, it's one of your friends. One of your friends is like, listen, Shiko, here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at somebody who looks like he's a little flirt, or I'm looking at somebody who's looking at your man. Like, be on the lookout. Like, somebody's warning you. If it's not you, someone else is warning you. Like, this is just 3 cards of warning to me that there is a potential that there's a third party or someone, even if he's loyal, and I want that to be clear. He could be loyal, just to play devil's advocate for like 2 seconds. He could be loyal, but there again could be someone in his life who has an intention towards him, and they've shown up here, and maybe you or he is blind to it. He might be thinking, oh, that person over there, they're just my friend. I don't care about them. I'm not interested in them. And he might be so blind to the flirtation that he's receiving. But to you, it's like, she just straight up flirted with him in front of me. She's a bold one, or he's a bold one, or whatever it is. So you might recognize it, but he might not see it. So that's why I'm like, the third party doesn't feel, quote unquote, real. It feels far off because of the binoculars there that our good friend Sophia is using. And the High Priestess is about, seeing it down the line, but not speaking about it, not ranting and raving about it. It's a quiet known thing. It's a quiet knowledge. It's not stark raving, oh my God, this is happening and this is the worst. Da, da, da. It's like, It's like a quiet acknowledgement. And then in the middle with the Three of Cups, it's whoever it is not looking like a threat. On the surface, they're not looking like somebody who's trying to bust up your relationship or come between you or anything like that. So I don't know if he's aware, or I don't know. Someone here is not aware. someone here doesn't see the situation the way others do. Oh, man. What else is there? Because I don't think that this message, this opening right here is not really going to give me much about him. Because your question is, what are you going to do with your true love? So let's, again, what is Shiko meant to do with the true love? Because if this is, okay, if we were to take your original question, what are you meant to do with, or what are you going to do with this true love of yours, the Libra? It's kind of advising you to watch. So, okay, so maybe he's telling you things. Maybe he's saying, you don't have to worry. I'm faithful to you. I'm loyal to you. I love you so much, and all these kinds of things, right? So maybe the advice might be for you specifically, get in touch with your intuition. He's telling you possibly, hey, don't worry. You've got nothing to worry about. I love you. It's you and me all the way. But something in the back of your mind is like, I don't know. I don't trust it. Lean into that. If you have that suspicion, if you have that inkling, not to call him a cheater, don't go, again, running in and accusing him. You're cheating on me, or you're seeing someone else. Don't do that. But open your senses, open yourself to your intuition. See beyond what is being displayed to you. Not saying snoop, not saying, break trust and like go in his phone or follow him around or hire a private detective or something. But, due diligence. If he's telling you you've got crazy ideas, don't listen to him. Listen to yourself. So maybe that's what it is. All right. So there we go. That could be what you're meant to do, is like, be diligent, be aware, but also don't be accusatory. Protect yourself as well, by the way. I just want that to be known. Don't just like sit there and observe and watch him proceed to break your heart. Protect yourself against him breaking your heart. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right. So actually, we're not going to expand on the reading. We'll just get a card of advice for Shiko, and then we're going to end the reading. Okay. So what's the card of advice in this situation for Shiko? Dealing with the Libra gentleman. What is the card of advice here? Card of advice for Shiko in the situation. No. Hey. There we go. 7 of Cups. I feel like this is a little bit like wait for further detail, a little bit. But more than anything, I think it's telling you, don't be overwhelmed. As best as you can, keep your wits about you, keep your head on your shoulders, keep it square on your head, don't listen. There's something here about be careful who you listen to. Like, he might have a friend, or you guys might have a mutual friend, and he might be in that friend's ear saying, hey, tell Shiko everything's cool, have my back here. And so his friend might vouch for him, this mutual friend or his own friend might vouch for him. And it's like, you got nothing to worry about. Don't listen to that friend. Like, that person has been sent to beguile you, to keep you off the scent. So keep your wits about you. Do not become confused in the situation. As much as you can. This is not a card about grounding, but I feel like you could get kind of wrapped up in your emotions at this time, or get caught in your own head. So when you can, pull back from this situation, get some perspective, find a friend of yours, someone that you can trust in your life who has your back. Not that they're going to be biased and tell you things that you want to hear or tell you things to protect your feelings, but ask them honestly, if you were me, what would you do in this situation? Or just stand here and observe how he behaves or how things go down in this conversation and give me your thoughts. You know what I mean? If you need help from others, even though I think that first line is really talking about you leaning into your own intuition, if you do involve other people, make sure that they have strong intuition themselves, right? Make sure that they have some sensibilities that are decent, okay? But also don't worry. Like I mean, unfortunately, Shiko, I think that you'd care for this person, you love this person. In total, now you have the 10 of Cups on the table. Set 3 of Cups plus 7 of Cups equals 10 of Cups. So you have deep affection for this person, but it might not. I don't want to say it's not going to go the way that you want. That's not it. It's more of like I think you're going to find it difficult to reconcile how you feel versus how you think. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. Shiko, I hope that helped you. Yeah, good luck. All right, what do we got? 27th of January, and he's the 21st of October. Third party from my side. Oh. I'm the one who says? I'm confused about that. Well, in any case, Shiko, hopefully the message resonated with you a little bit, or it helped a little bit. Interesting that you said, though, that the third party was on your side. So that's interesting. So maybe the things I was saying about him, you should apply them to yourself. Not sure, though. All right, guys. If there's any other questions from the Aquariuses out in the viewing audience tonight, please type them in the chat. Otherwise, well, we're going to move on and do love and romance now for the collective. But if any of you guys who are here now and you still have questions for me that you haven't asked yet, feel free to type them into the description box now as we move on to love and romance for Aquarius. Yeah, I want to use this one because we want to get better acquainted with this deck. It's a pretty deck. All right, guys, let's see. Love and romance for Aquarius. It's kind of late, but I'm hungry. Gonna need something to eat after this. Love and romance for Aquarius. What are the messages for them, please? Love and romance for Aquarius messages. I don't know what that feeling is. What's that feeling? Cold passion is what that feels like. Interesting. Last one. Thank you. Cold passion. Interesting. Love and romance for Aquarius. What's the messages? What are the messages? Page of Cups. Wow. I guess we'll take that. Okay, family affair or something like that. We might do a different reading, but they really like scream take that. And I was just like, okay, but this is very interesting. So Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. Water, 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 water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be dealing with, but you don't have to be. But with 3 court cards of the same suit, I'd venture that the person you're dealing with or something elemental water is playing a big factor in your love life right now, Aquarius. So it could be in your chart, it could be in your potential partner's chart or the person you're with right now. I don't know. So take it all with a grain of salt, though. It's not to say this can't resonate with you if you're with a earth sign or a fire sign or something like that. It's like a maturing act, though. Maybe this is your journey, or maybe this is the journey of the person that you're dealing with. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups to the King of Cups. The only one missing here in terms of elevation or ascension is the Queen of Cups. But it could be that you're in something now that's maturing, or you're with someone now who's deeply maturing, perhaps. But that's like really overarching for this message. In other cases, this is like about choices. Do you go with people who are a little bit more spirited, a little bit more um, still wanting to get something fun out of their love life, or do you go with someone who's emotionally secure and stable and doesn't really yes, okay, there we go. So for some of you, this is about choices in your dating situations. Do you want a more mature loving relationship or partner who isn't going to clamor for your attention, isn't going to always shower you with love and affection, but the love and affection will be consistent, it will be constant, it will be stable, it will be firm in some type of foundation, it'll be rooted, versus other choices in dating partners who have all that passion and have all that romantic uh all those romantic gestures, and like with this guy, Mr. Knight of Cups, bringing you flowers, riding in on a white horse, you know, like that's all very nice, but is it long term? And that's based on you, Aquarius. Where are you in your life? Are you even interested in someone who's trying to put down roots? Are you interested in someone who's not going to give you, give you those gestures and really make you feel special? Maybe you need that right now. Maybe you want that right now. Okay. And this word need, they quickly put me back here. If you have this person in your life, male or female, water sign or not, it doesn't matter who they are. If they're in your life right now, Aquarius, as a viable option for you to date, they don't need you, but they want you. And I don't know how that sounds to you. I don't know if that sounds good. I don't know if that sounds, kind of offensive or like, oh, well, then what do you mean you don't need me? Like, literally, there's someone here who doesn't need a romantic connection or doesn't need to be in partnership with you, or this is how you feel. You don't feel you need the other person, but the desire is there. It's very well established. It's deeply understood. It's very apparent. I don't need you, but I do want you. Do you want me? It's like King of Cups would maybe not initiate that conversation, but would easily participate in a conversation like that. I don't need you. I want you. These are the ways in which I love you. These are the ways in which I appreciate you. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to deal with me, or if you're not interested in building a future or building towards whatever or having something, I'm not going to force you. And that's the thing about the King of Cups. Very come and go. Possibly has a come and go energy, possibly has a touch and go energy, which, I think Aquarius, you could deal with that because you're kind of known to be a little aloof. So if that's how someone's showing up in your life, you're kind of like, hey, that's a little bit on my vibe anyway. But this person is really not going to be broken by any potential relationship not being set up, not being stepped into, versus the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Whether they're two people or one in the same, this is more like, I just want to make love all day or have sex all day, bang your back out, do all that good shit. And I just want to enjoy that fervor, that passion. But as far as like having true, it's like this person doesn't think of the boring parts of a relationship. The King of Cups knows every day is not going to be something out of a fairy tale. There's going to be days where we wake up and like, you're the last person I want to talk to, or there's going to be days where I'm so busy in my own life, or there are other things that I have to tend to that I can't make you my priority. And if not days, like just moments within the day. Like this King of Cups has a very practical sense of what it takes on a day-to-day mundane basis, how to make a relationship work. These two over here, they're more like the good shit. They're only interested in the sexy part of it. They're not interested in the times where the partner gets the flu and you have to be by their side, and it's not, like it is in the movies where, oh, I make you chicken noodle soup and within 5 minutes you're cured. It's like, no, it's going to be like 4 or 5 days and like snot's dripping down your nose and your body is aching and you're coughing and it's just like an inconvenience. So that real part of a relationship is an inconvenience to this person or these people over here. And you have a choice to make there, Aquarius. or you're one of those two people and someone else is making a choice on you. I guess we're going to get a card of advice, because at first I was just like, what the hell is this? This is a lot of people. And maybe that's also the problem here, or maybe that's adding to sort of the reason. Like there's something here like that is up in the air. And I feel like that could be because there might be several potential partners on the dance card, so to speak. So that could be why this isn't necessarily as real as it could be, because this is all cups. Cups are nice. It shows emotional presence. It shows that you and they have some type of investment or care and affection and attraction, but it's not realistic in terms of pentacles or even swords. It's not active in terms of wands. Water is not, cups are not active. Cups is very, I'm just feeling this way, and whether I do anything about it is a different story. So all of this could just be sort of a fantasy in a way. But let's get a card of advice here, and then we're going to wrap up this reading. Card of advice in love and romance for Aquarius regarding the situation. What's the advice for Aquarius going forward? God, this is like a sloppy little shuffle I'm doing here. What's the advice for Aquarius going forward? In love and romance, what is the advice? I swear, if it's like the Queen of Cups that comes out, that'd be hilarious. Magician. Not at all relative to the Queen of Cups. Secondary major for Virgo and Gemini. You could be dealing with either of those signs, but you don't have to be. Magician. Choose wisely. If this is... Obviously, I asked for... advice for you. So if you're in the driver's seat here, or if you're in the position to make a choice, Aquarius, make a good choice. Make a choice that's aligned with you. Make a choice that's aligned with your higher perspective, no matter what that is, no matter how you perceive of it, and no matter what stage you're at. You know, if you're wanting to feel the passions of love, if you're wanting to have romantic gestures, if you're wanting to have all of that storybook, you know, a little bit less, quote unquote, realistic love, like maybe the King of Cups, everything that I said about them sounds really boring, or sounds really contrite, or sounds really, I don't know, just like it's not attractive to you, then choose the Page and or Knight of Cups. That makes sense, because that's where you're aligned at this stage of your life. But if you're feeling everything I said about the King of Cups, don't even think about the Page or the Knight of Cups. The King of Cups is your guy or gal, right? Whatever you choose, it's what you have designed. It's what you have designed. Okay? So, oh, interesting. They're letting me know that for some, like a few of you, both sound good. Both sound good. So in some of your cases, maybe the choice is to have both. I would hope if you do go that route, everybody knows what's happening. You know, different, quote unquote, non-traditional relationship types are very viable and very valid. So for some of you, this could be an open relationship, an open marriage. This could be a poly situation, polyamorous, right? So if you and your prospective partners all agree, I support. I don't support secret rendezvous. I don't support lies and manipulation, which is possible with the Magician showing up here. I do not support people. I understand you can make that choice because you're an adult and it's your path and it's your life, but I would encourage people not to do that, because number one, it's just poor karma, and number two, it's fucking rude. So if you have a potential to have both and everybody agrees, more power to you, right? Because some of you literally are caught between these polarities, are caught between the fun, fancy free, you know, sex, love, and all that passionate, you know, that more or that less mature side of it, and then the more mature side, which is that stable partner who is going to sit by your bedside when you're not feeling well. They're going to clean up your dirty underwear. They're going to, hold your hand when you're scared for whatever reason and they think you're being over or you're overreacting. Oh my God, it's a snake. Oh my God, it's not a snake. Will you calm down, Sarah? It's okay. It's just a garden hose. You see, like there's like this, I'm just going to go through thick and thin with you over here with the King of Cups. And both could sound attractive to you. And some of you are going to try and have both. Again, if everybody agrees, great. If people are in the dark and it's a manipulative energy, it's full of lies and deceit, that's not so good. Okay? All right. That's your love and romance, Aquarius. For those where it applies. It's still a general reading, guys, this whole time. Everything I've said tonight, take it with a grain of salt. Reinterpret as you see fit, but don't force storylines to fit into your life and all that jazz, all right? So I'm going to check back into the room one more time and see if we have any other readings or any other questions, I should say. Aquarius Libra. What's with all the Aquarius Libras? A lot of Aquarius Libras out here. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing? Are you an Aquarius? Do you have a question? Last call. Otherwise, because we're about to wrap this up. So not just for Ashley, but if anyone else who's live here in the chat has a question, feel free to ask it now. If you want to have a private session with me, you can check in the description box. Thank you. Below, if you're interested in getting a private reading with me, the information how to do so is down there. And yeah. Last call for anyone in the chat there. Man, I'm hungry. About to go have some late dinner, I guess. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just have a snack and drink like a full bottle of water if I'm smart about things. Maybe I'll do that instead. But anyway, excuse me. So it doesn't look like there are any questions coming through, so I'm going to wrap it here. Aquarius, again, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing birthday, whenever it is or whenever it was. Oh, I saw a scroll over there. Hold on. Will my Aqua come forward with his feelings? Ashley, are you an Aquarius yourself? Ugh. Maybe I'll be nice and like indulge the question, because I do these specifically. You're a Libra. Ashley, I'm gonna be nice. Not like I'm not nice. I'm a nice person in general. Technically, this is for people who are Libras, but I'll do you a solid. Don't tell anybody else. Because I do these specifically for the zodiac sign that's on the label there. But I'll do you solid. I'll do a reading for you. So, will your Aquarius come through with his feelings, or how do you phrase it? Will your Aqua come forward with his feelings? Come forward with his feelings. For Ashley, please. Yeah, that felt right. Okay. Little Housewives Tarot. One of my favorite decks. All right, for Ashley. Whoa. For Ashley. Will her Aquarius come forward with his feelings? Will the Aquarius come through with his feelings? Come forward with his feelings? Come forward with his feelings? Will he come forward with his feelings? Ooh, that feels good. All right. I had like a bit of a heart swell there. Someone feels very intensely in this situation. One of you has like a lot of love for the other, or both of you. I'm not sure. But let's see. For Ashley, will the Aquarius come forward with his feelings? Okay, so they all came face down. That's usually a sign of withholding. So, but let's see what the cards actually are before we get into it. 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords again, and the Devil. 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Devil, major arcana for Capricorn. Neither of you are Capricorn. Could be relevant in your charts, but if not, that's okay too. What's the hang up here? You don't have to answer. But there's some hang up here. There's some. One of you is really in a bad state of mind. One of you is sort of self-defeatist. You don't have the best outlook on things, or you're attached to a situation or circumstance, other relationships or obligations that prevent this sort of coming together or this kind of taking shape. Like, it's very interesting because I'm saying taking shape. You see in the background of the card there under the word swords, how there's just like an outline of a woman's face. It's like a ghost or like a sketch. So it's not even like fully drawn. It's like the impression of something is here, but it's not fully materialized. It's not actually in the flesh. And remember, these cards came face down. So there's something being withheld here. Devil is not traditionally about lies, manipulation, deception, but it's like something is being dressed up in a way that it's not. So you can see there's like a little can of like Spam or Spork or whatever there. It's like that. It's not even real meat, or it's like some, hodgepodge of like meat byproducts that is sold as like something that you're supposed to ingest in your body. It's like, no, it's like that's not real. So there's something about something being false or not as it appears. It doesn't take full shape. And it could be because of someone's outlook, their perception of the situation, their point of view. Someone, in some sense, has a lack mentality. 5 of Pentacles. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in the like, is it about self-worth? Like, is it a question of he feels very strongly for you, possibly, but doesn't feel worthy of you, perhaps? Could be something like that, Like, I love her, or I care for her, or I wish I could be with her, but I can't because I'm simply not good enough. Or in terms of Pentacles, and with the Devil also, because it's related to Capricorn. So 2 Earth energy, I don't feel I have enough money. I don't feel I have a good enough job. I don't feel like I have a good foundation. If he's still, I don't know what his living situation is. Maybe he doesn't have his own place. And so there's just like this, I'm not good enough, or you feel that way towards him. It can go vice versa. I'm not really sure who feels what. But what hangs in the balance is the 6 of Swords. This wanting to get away from that type of thinking, that type of mentality, that type of circumstance, but still feeling frustrated and tied to it somehow. There's like a deep tie here that he has, or someone has a deep tie to something that is unhealthy for them. And it feels mostly like a state of mind. It feels mostly like somebody who doesn't believe in their own potential, or doesn't believe they have any potential. Somebody here just doesn't feel like they're capable of much, even though they want to be capable. Maybe it's a matter of screwing up. Like, maybe he is independent. Maybe he does live on his own. Maybe he does have a good job. But there are times when he makes mistakes and he feels like, oh, I've just screwed it all up. I've messed this up entirely. So it's like it's like an overreaction to something so small, or what other people might deem as small. So, for example, I mean, look at it. Here this woman is on this card crying about these broken pentacles. Please focus a little bit better, but I think you can still see it. So the one towards the ground, it's shattered, but the 4 that are falling are not yet shattered. But this woman is acting like it's all lost. only one of them is broken. Instead of hiding, your one hand up to your or holding one hand up to your face and like, oh my goodness, reach that hand down and catch the plates or catch the pentacles that are falling. Try to not let it all slip through your fingers, so to speak. Does that make sense? So is he going to come forward? I'm not seeing much action. Like the desire or the maybe he plays it in his mind, Six of Swords. But I feel like every time he might take a step towards you, something else or his own mindset pulls him 2 steps back. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's just like something keeps pulling away or retracting. Something like that. I'm curious what the devil is, but I don't know that that's necessarily going to be helpful. I'm like, what is this devil energy? Because, it could be anything. It could be, again, like the way he thinks of the situation, the way he perceives the situation. Traditionally, it can also speak to addictions, obsessions, compulsions, impulses, things like that. So he might have compulsive issues. He might have addiction issues. I'm not sure. But you know him, so I think you're going to already have an idea of what the devil is. And so, yeah, instead of any type of clarification, let's just get a general bit of advice for Ashley, please. So what's the card of advice for Ashley regarding the situation? Because I feel like I'm just not seeing someone coming through who is going to make any type of romantic gestures. I really don't. I don't feel that this person at this time is capable of that, even though they might want to. Wanting something and doing something, totally different things, right? So let's get a card of advice for Ashley in this situation. All right. Card of advice for Ashley in this situation. Please show me. Yep. That's interesting. It kind of like snagged in my fingers there. 10 of Swords. Okay. So painful. Not what you want to hear, but for now, you might need to let this go. Like, I don't know that he is betraying you. I don't think that's the strong end of the message. It's possible because that's just an innate interpretation of the 10 of Swords. But I feel like, yeah, deal with your disappointment, deal with your potential heartbreak or disappointment here, if you've been waiting, and that's the thing, I don't know how long you've been waiting to hear from him or talk to him or have him say what you highly suspect is the truth. If he doesn't come forward tomorrow, the day after that, like how long is that going to go on before you're realizing he could not be who I thought he was, or he's not capable at this time. And I don't want to say it's totally temporary. It could be very well that he could never be who you think he, that potential that you feel there, or he could maybe never just come out and say what he wants to say. That will just keep you in a cycle of hurt and disappointment and just sadness. So it's then up to you, Ashley, to decide when the line is crossed. When is enough? That's up for you to decide with this 10 of Swords, I think. It's tough because I also feel like there's a little bit of like, this is someone who maybe you've been through a lot with, or you guys just connected on such a very deep level or such a very natural level. Like it feels like sort of effortless to have a connection with this person. And maybe that's why there's like this, okay, well, maybe tomorrow it'll change, or maybe in time it'll change. Like there's this permissiveness that's here that ends up hurting yourself. You end up hurting yourself by giving this person the pass. Does that make sense? And so it's up to you. How long do you want to feel this disappointment, this heartbreak, or this sadness? You can not feel that way if you begin to prioritize yourself, maybe create boundaries. I don't know that you need to, but it could be something that needs to happen. And then whatever love and affection you've given to him and projected to him, you project it back to yourself. But that's up to you. That's totally your choice. I'm not sure that you're necessarily in that headspace just yet. Okay? Ashley, I hope that helped. Yeah. Hope you got something out of that one. So yeah, let me go ahead and check back into the room and see what's shaking over there. All right. Low self-esteem. Okay. Yes, I let him go. Maybe in time. Okay. Perfect. Yes. Very good, Ashley. Excellent. There's another question. Oh, yeah. From, and yes, thank you so much, Ashley. I appreciate you. Anybody here who, again, if you want to work with me, check the description box for any future private readings if you want. And in general, guys, if you like my content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and comment and do all that fun stuff. What is coming in the near future for love? For Taya, I guess is how you would say that. Taya? Taya, are you still here? If you are still here, Taya, please respond in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up. And thank you, Sissy, for being the mod and wrangling the questions. All that fun stuff. I appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate my love. I love you so much, little one. Last call for Taya. T-A-J-A. Taya. Taya, if you're here, please let me know so I can address your question. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up. Thirsty. Nice little awkward silence between the pair of us, huh? No. It doesn't look like Taya's here because everybody else, responded sort of around now or, yeah. So we're actually going to wrap the reading. I thank you all so much for watching. If you watched on repeat from start to finish, or at least a portion of this, appreciate you. Remember, guys, liking, sharing, subscribing, do all that fun stuff, commenting helps your girl out. If you want to get a reading with me, again, check the description box. Aquarius, I will see you for this particular reading in 1 year. But I might do more stuff like this on the channel. We'll see. I just got to get more proactive and all that good stuff. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. Everybody take care. Make sure you take very good care of yourselves. Make good choices out there, all right? Bye, guys. Thank you.